Hey folks, want to come on here and shoot a quick podcast episode. This one's going to be about the company On, which we'll get into in a sec. For those of you who don't know, the podcast is up on Apple. If you're listening from there, welcome. And it's also on Substack, so you can go check it out on those two platforms. Hopefully, we'll keep this a bit shorter. But if you're on Spotify or YouTube, there's a video. I have an On hat that I'm wearing at the moment, and also a pair of shoes downstairs. Let's get into it. So On Bracket, also known as On Running or On Holding AG, N Bracket is the most well-known Swiss running company, a global athletic shoe and sportswear brand originally focused on running shoes and now expanded into broader performance footwear and apparel. Overview: name On Bracket, officially On Holding AG, N Bracket. Founded 2010, founders Oliver Bernhard, bracket former professional triathlete, and bracket David Alleman, Casper Copetti, hopefully got that correct. Headquarters Zurich, Switzerland, industry, athletic footwear and sportswear, bracket especially running, and bracket, I think I'll stop with that now. Global reach, sold in thousands of stores worldwide with strong markets in the United States, Europe, and Asia. What they make, On is best known for its premium running shoes and sports apparel designed with a focus on performance, comfort, and Swiss engineering. Key product areas: running shoes, road and trail, e.g. Cloud Flow, Cloud Monster, Cloud Venture. Apparel, technical running clothing, shirts, shorts, jackets, accessories, socks, bags, and more. Innovation, CloudTec, cushioning technology. Helion, it's a trademark. One sec. I think CloudTec is patent. A moment. One moment. There's an or registered patent, maybe. A mark or character used as a conventional representation of an object, function, or process, e.g. letter or letters standing for a chemical element on a character in a musical notation, a thing that represents or stands for something else, especially a material object representing something abstract. No, that's not it. Anyway, CloudTec, cushioning technology. Helion, trademark foams and recyclable lines like the Cylon subscription shoe program. I think that's all good. Forgive me if I got it wrong. That's what he said. Signature technology, CloudTec, On patent. Yes, that was it. Patent. CloudTec cushioning system consists of separate, quote, cloud, end quote, elements in the sole that compress on landing and then lock together for a firm push-off. This is marked as delivering soft landings with energetic takeoffs, a hallmark feel for the brand. Brand growth and market position. On has grown rapidly since its founding, achieving a strong brand or a strong position in performance running markets and competing with major brands like Nike and Adidas. The company expanded through global retail, direct-to-consumer channels, and high-profile collaborations. It's known for both performance running shoes, performance running shoes. I'm presuming that's just performance and performance running shoes and lifestyle design that appeal beyond competitive runners. Swiss identity and production. While On is Swiss designed and engineered in Zurich, most manufacturing takes place in Asia, e.g. Vietnam. This means their, quote, Swiss, end quote, label refers to design and brand origin more than local production. Summary: On is a Swiss engineered athletic brand that began with innovation running shoes and has become one of the most visible Swiss names in global running and sportswear. Its growth, design mindset, and patent technology have made it popular with runners and lifestyle consumers worldwide. Different price ranges. I'm just looking up now. Here's some examples of popular Swiss running shoes from On. Bracket On Running, a well-known Swiss running brand. On women's Cloud Monster 2 in euros, 116.73. That's sportshoes.com. On Cloud Monster White Glacier, that is 182.38 on eBay. On men's Cloud Surfer Next, that is 160 euros on JD. It's kind of black, white, and then black and white. Running and performance models. On women's Cloud Monster 2, already got into this a bit. A cushioned running shoe with big CloudTec. Pods for softer landings and energetic takeoffs. Great for daily runs or long distances. On Cloud Monster White Glacier, another version of the Cloud Monster, known for plush cushioning and comfort over longer distances. On men's Cloud Surfer Net, comfortable daily trainer with responsive feel, good for regular running and easy to moderate mileage. Men's On Cloud Surfer Max, extra cushion version of the Cloud Surfer with plush comfort suitable for longer runs or recovery days. On men's Cloud 6, versatile model that mixes comfort and style, works well for light running and everyday wear. On running Cloud Swift 4, lightweight runner that's great for urban runs or shorter distances, focusing on representative cushioning. Versatile / training and crossover. On Cloud X Z5 Men, a multi-directional trainer good for gym workouts and shorter runs. On women's Cloud X4, another Cloud X variant that blends running and fitness versatility. Notes on running models. Cloudflow, often highlighted as the most popular lightweight daily trainer. Cloud Stratus, designed for runners seeking extra cushion and support. Cloudboom, bracket EG, we already stopped at the brackets. Cloudboom Strike, a performance racing shoe with more aggressive ride. Just athletes. Here are some notable athletes associated with the Swiss running brand On Running On Holding AG, including elite runners, team members, and sponsored competitors from track to marathon distance. Elite distance and track athletes, you have Helen Obiri, Kenyan, I think I got that correct, Kenyan distance legend, former world champion on track and elite marathoner, has won major marathons like New York City Marathon and Boston Marathon, and medaled at the Paris 2024 Olympics wearing On gear. Ollie Hoare, Australian middle distance specialist, 1,500 meters, NCAA champion, and prominent member of the On Athletics Club, OAC. Joe Kecker, US professional runner, competing at the highest level in distance events, 1,500 up to 10,000 meters, part of the OAC. Klecker, that's correct. US professional runner, competing at the highest level in distance events, 1,500 meters up to 10,000 meters, part of the OAC. Alicia Monson and Jordy Beamish, elite track and distance runners, training with the On Athletics Club, presuming that's the OAC, under coach Dayton Ritzenhain. Hopefully that's all good. Ritzenhain. Rising and specialized runners. Ryan Ford, US marathon talent, recently added to the On Athletics Club global team, racing big city marathons such as Chicago. Brazilian track athletes sponsored by On. Leonardo Santos, 800 meters. Tiago Rosario, 1,500 meters. Eduardo Ribeiro, 800 meters. Mirelle Lete, 3,000 meters. Hopefully got that correct. Steeplechase, part of a development partnership. Laura Luego, Spanish distance runner with record-breaking half marathon and competitive marathon debut, partner with Dominic Lokin Yomo Lobalu, Swiss representative in middle and long distances, competing internationally and associated with Teams and clubs. Athletics Club, the OAC, a professional distance running team sponsored by and coached by former elite runner Dayton Ritzenheim. Members include world-class athletes like middle and long distance running, training together in Boulder, Colorado. Other notable associations: Roger Federer, while not a runner athlete, a Swiss tennis legend, became a brand investor and ambassador for helping raise the company's profile globally. Summary: supports a broad spectrum of athletes, from established world champions in track and marathon running, Helen Obiri, to rising marathon stars Ryan Ford and team members in the Athletics Club. Hopefully, I said like all good. It's the Christmas time, so please excuse me. Such as Ollie Hare, Joe Keckler, and Alicia Monson. These partnerships show On's commitment to elite performance as well as developing global running talent. If you want, I can share which races these athletes expect to run in. Excuse me. We already talked about On's core business. What they do is to design, develop, market, maybe just touch upon it again, and sell premium performance products worldwide. These include footwear, performance running shoes, e.g. Cloud Monster, Cloud 5, and Cloud Flow, featuring their proprietary CloudTec cushioning technology. Proprietary CloudTec cushioning technology. Apparel, technical sportswear for running, training, everyday wear, accessories or items like bags, socks, other complementaries. These products target running and an active lifestyle consumers, blending performance, design, and comfort. How they sell: On's business model uses multi-channel distribution strategy, direct-to-consumer, DTC, through their own website and On stores worldwide, wholesale via independent retailers, especially running stores, and global distributors in more than 60 countries. Market position: On has grown rapidly, billions in annual sales, and a strong global presence, especially in the US, Europe, and Asia. The company is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, on since 2021. She talked about Man United being publicly traded yesterday as well. Brand and innovation: the company's CloudTec technology gives On shoes a distinctive feel, soft landings, solid push-offs, and essential to its brand. On also pursues stability and innovations such as recyclable materials, new manufacturing technologies like light spray, trademark for certain products, or TM. Key business highlights: On products are sold globally, which we got into already. The company has achieved strong revenue growth and profitability in recent years. The brand competes with major athletic companies, e.g. Nike and Adidas, especially in the premium running category. In short, On's business is about creating and selling premium performance footwear. We've got into this already, and active apparel with a focus on innovation, global distribution, and expanding their brand from running into broader lifestyle and athletic categories. Jeez. The Swiss running and sportswear company: growth and financial outlook. Number one, strong sales trend 2025-2026. On has reportedly rapid global sales growth, with net sales increasing more than 30% year over year in 2025. The company raising its guidance for the full year based on strong performance across regions and channels. Profitability margins are also expanding as the brand gains more traction. Long-term growth ambitions 2026 and beyond. On's 3-year strategic plan 2023 to 2026 aims to double net sales by 2026 compared with 2023, achieved gross margins above 60% and adjust EBITDA, which we talked about. This is earnings before, just double check again. It's Christmas, so earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization is a financial metric showing a company's operational profitability by adding back non-cash expenses, depreciation, amortization, and non-operating costs, interest, taxes to net income, offering a clear view of the core business performance, cash flow potential, and comparability across industries. But it's criticized for ignoring asset costs and capital expenditures. What it means: focus on core operations. It isolates earnings from the primary business activities, stripping out financing choices, tax environments, and accounting treatments. Measures cash profitability by removing non-cash items, depreciation/amortization. It gives a better sense of actual cash generated from operations. Comparison tool allows an analyst to compare companies with different capital structures or tax situations more easily. How it's calculated: you can calculate EBITDA in a few ways, starting from net income. Formula 1, net income plus interest plus taxes plus depreciation plus amortization. I'm pretty sure I did this in college in accounting. I didn't take it in my final year. I didn't take financial accounting in the final year, but there was some financial analysis. Formula 2, operational income, EBIT, EBIT, or EBIT, EBIT, depreciation plus amortization. Why it's used, EBIT. Why it's used: valuation, used in valuation multiples like EBITDA to assess a company's overall worth. Lending: banks use it to gauge a company's ability to service debt. Investment analysts help investors understand underlying operational strength before major financial or accounting impacts. Criticism: ignores asset costs, doesn't account for real cost of replacing depreciating assets, capex, exaggerates profit, can print an overly rosy picture of profitability, especially for capital intensive firms. Non-GAAP GAAP, not a standardized GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. Measured, so calculations can vary. Interesting. Achieve gross margins above 60%, adjusted EBITDA back to on, and its growth and financial outlook. EBITDA margins of 18% plus. Expand sales across products like footwear, apparel, and new categories such as tennis and training. Additionally, On plans to grow its own retail and China market share to at least 10% of total sales. Product and brand expansion. Number 1, diversifying beyond running. While running remains core, On is expanding the training, tennis, and outdoor categories. Probably that's the collaboration with Roger Federer. Super interesting. Super interesting. Diversifying beyond running. While running remains core, On is expanding its training, tennis, and outdoor categories, broadening the overall sportswear portfolio. This diversification helps attract more consumers and reduces reliance on a single category. Number 2, apparel and direct-to-consumer focus. On is growing its apparel segment, which has shown rapid year-over-year increases, especially through direct-to-consumer DTC channels like its own online store and branded retail shops. DTC is now a major contributor to revenue growth and profitability. Global market expansion. Number 1, Asia Pacific, especially China. On sees Asia as a key growth region, aiming to expand market share there significantly. China, in particular, is targeted as a major market potential, contributing 10% of global sales, supported by increased retail presence. Number 2, premium positioning worldwide. On continues to position itself as a premium performance lifestyle brand, appealing to runners, fitness enthusiasts, and fashion-oriented consumers. This position supports higher prices, higher price points, and brand loyalty. Innovation and operations, we already talked about this, but product innovations, continuous innovation, especially in footwear, is central to On's future. New models and material advancements help sustain interest and drive repeat purchases. Number two, leadership and operations. On is evolving its leadership and operational structure, e.g. transition to a single CEO and new CEO roles focused on operations and innovations, which could influence execution of future strategy. No, On, the sportswear brand, doesn't currently have co-CEOs. As of July 1st, 2025, Martin Hoffman became the sole CEO, taking over from a co-CEO role, with founders continuing as executive co-chairman to support product and vision, a shift from a previous co-CEO setup to a unified leadership model for future growth. Notes On and LinkedIn. Key leadership changes 2025. Martin Hoffman transitioned to sole CEO and CFO. Mark Marr, former co-CEO, departed in June 2025 after leading On's growth. Founders David Alleman, Casper Coppetti remain as executive co-chairman, focused on product vision and brand. Why the change? This move streamlines leadership, allowing Hoffman to focus on overall strategy, while the founders provide deep expertise in product and brand, creating a strong, unified direction as On scales globally. Excuse me, Mark Mora. Risks and challenges ahead. While the outlook is broadly positive, On faces several challenges. Several challenges. It is Christmas, excuse me. Several challenges, a bit slow today, and that's okay. Several challenges that could impact, or maybe not, maybe I'm good, maybe it's better than before. Wait, see. Listen to the feedback. On faces several challenges that could impact its future trajectory. Competition for major global brands, Nike, Adidas, in running and broader athletics segments. Tariff and supply chain risks, especially related to international manufacturing costs. They need to maintain innovation and brand relevance in a crowded market. What this means to the future global growth prospects. On is positioned for continued high sales growth and broader global reach through product expansion and retail scaling. Brand positioning, moving toward a premium lifestyle plus performance brand with diversified offerings beyond running. Profitability and scale. Targets suggest increased profitability, long-term scale with double-digit growth ambitions beyond 2026. Potential headwinds include competitive pressures, tariffs, and execution risks, but the company's strong momentum and strategic focus give it a solid platform for future growth. Very interesting. I suppose it's a good Christmas present as well. And if you don't celebrate it, that's absolutely no problem, but it's a good gift for maybe a birthday, a pair of running shoes, some apparel. I have a hat right now, if you're listening in audio, that I'm wearing. In short, On blends Swiss engineering with premium design to create running shoes loved by runners around the world. So that's pretty good. The one notable thing about On Running, and On Holding AG is it's Swiss founded, which we already got into. Global running sportswear brand known for its innovative CloudTec cushioning technology. That's quotation CloudTec and quotation cushioning technology, which we already mentioned, that gives a unique running on clouds feel. So quotation, running on clouds, and quotation feel, which I have a pair myself and they're pretty comfy. This design and engineering approach helped the company grow rapidly from a small Swiss startup in 2010 into a major performance footwear and apparel player sold in over 80 countries worldwide. In short, On blends Swiss engineering with premium design to create running shoes loved by runners around the world. And yeah, I think that's it. We're at 25 minutes. I think that's all you need to know about On. I think the gear is pretty good. I have some myself. The lighting's not the best here, but hopefully it's okay. And yeah, feel free to grab some if you have some disposable income or if you need a new pair of running shoes. Thanks for listening.